What's up YouTube? Nate here and welcome back to my farmstead. So today, slightly better lighting. Here's what we got going on. Behind me is my chicken coop. Now, y'all have seen this before. It's been all over the property. Ain't nothing special. But, I've had it about a year now. And I've noticed over the last few months, my Tractor Supply chicken coop video, specifically the review, I don't want to say it's blown up. Well, for me, it's blown up. You know, a couple thousand views for a guy with 180 subs. Not bad. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you a 1 year later look at it. And the reason I wanted to do that is twofold. One, some things have changed with the coop situation. And I do feel that you guys need to know. Two, I wanted to show that the coop still exists. Because I've gotten a lot of questions about it. And I also wanted to kind of address those. So first, one of the most common questions I get is, how predator proof is it? Pretty damn predator proof, but there's an asterisk there. The right thing to do with most chicken coops is to put a line of like hardware cloth or chicken wire under it and around it to keep digging predators from getting in. Now, I don't have much of a problem with digging predators. I really don't. It's the trash pandas that I got a problem with. So if you're in an area where there's a lot of predators, yeah, I would absolutely put on some kind of a chicken netting or welded wire skirt. So the second question I've gotten is, just how many chickens can this thing really support? And the honest answer is, I really don't know. I've had up to 15 hens staying in that one coop. Now, before anybody starts trying to beat up on me for saying, that's too small of a coop for so many chicks. Technically, you're right, but there is something that y'all need to understand. My girls free range. And when they free range, it kind of changes your space needs a little bit. I think the rule of thumb is what, 2 square feet per chicken? And inside the hen house proper, there is definitely less than 2 square feet per chicken in there. However, since they free range, they only really have to put up with it at night. And I've noticed that the girls all like to sleep in one freaking nesting box anyway. So they've all been healthy. The eggs I've gotten have been regular. Like, I've noticed no negative impacts. So now what I want to do is I just want to show you a couple of things that have really become a bit of a problem with the coop. Disclaimer: if you want to frequently move your coop around, don't get this one. Or at least reinforce the bottom. What I've noticed over the last year is, no matter how good of a job I've done leveling this thing, the door to the hen house where I would collect eggs out of, it gets very sticky when it gets humid out. Second, the floor of the chicken coop, and I've said this in a few comments on my review video, the floor of the hen house, specifically the nesting boxes, it's a very thin sheet material. So I've been needing to reinforce mine for a while, but I came up with like a janky solution because I'm planning to build a new coop to replace this soon anyway. Their urine and just the general environmental like humidity that a lot of us have to deal with, it's just gonna make that floor just warp and fall the heck apart. So that's a big problem. With that said, beyond those two main issues, I don't have too many major complaints. This has definitely been a very good starter coop. I can't really speak too negatively about it. In hindsight, it does feel pretty cheaply made. Honestly, if you're handy, you could build a coop bigger than this for the price that Tractor Supply charges, because I think this is like a $400 coop. But I want to show you a couple solutions. So I told you a minute ago that when it's really rainy out, the doors kind of stick. Well, I still want to be able to collect eggs, so I'm going to show you what I've done. What I basically did is, you can see that I've basically just put 2 screws in the door and attached a string to it. And it makes it super easy to yank that open when it's wet. Now, I've mitigated that swelling a little bit with just leveling it out, but it's not on concrete footers, it's in contact with the actual ground. So the string is really the stopgap to help me when the door gets stuck. The second thing I've done is I've also basically installed 2 pre-built nesting boxes. You can get them for like 15 bucks at Tractor Supply, which has largely discouraged the girls from sitting on the floor proper, and it's actually done a very good job of mitigating further warping. The side door into the hen house, it's really great if my chickens go missing and I have to put them back in late at night. Also, the litter tray, which is just under the hen house door on the outside, it's held up really well. It's just a cheap like aluminum flooring, footing, whatever you want to call it. Held up really well, like it's not falling apart. That's probably the piece of the coop I've had the least amount of trouble with. But beyond the crappy hen house floor, it's really not that bad of a coop. I am still mostly satisfied with the coop, holistically speaking. So if you have $400, would I recommend spending it? Yes, but only if you don't know how to build things. If you know how to build things, spend the $400 and build a coop. Between sourcing pallets and buying some basic lumber, $400 will probably build you a chicken mansion these days. But that's my 1 year later review on the coop. But so yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts a year later with you guys, especially since my 2 Tractor Supply chicken coop vids have gotten quite a bit of, attention compared to what I'm used to. So in the meantime, if you haven't done so already, hit like, hit subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you later.